She said he was going to do it, but I assumed she was doing it. It never got done. Here's an all too common scenario with online work and remote teams, not knowing each other's accountability and teammates watching and waiting for one another to do it. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to delegate ownership to a remote team and get more done. The method we're going to look at today is RACI. Now I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see it, but really there's 4 key parts to it, and I'll quickly highlight what each part does. You can pause later and read it in full. So if we don't click forward, responsible, so these are the people who conduct the work. They must complete the work they're given. Accountable, here's the big one, the person or stakeholder who is the owner of all work. So whatever happens, it always goes back to this person who is A for accountable. This is the most important position of all. So they make sure everything's done and completed by the R's. They can be an R for the activity themselves as well. Consulted, so this is really a two-way conversation. Informed, this is a one-way conversation. So the implementation is you need to talk with your team in a two-way conversation to implement this system. You can't just give it to them. You need to use examples and the resources provided, maybe this video, and then you want to run through a real project in real time and reiterate this process to them. Especially with the acronym, it's not always easy. People do forget the acronyms, but we'll talk a bit more about troubleshooting later. But we can implement this into the everyday. You may wish to use a matrix. This is one example we have of it. So here's the this is very task related. So this is down to a controls and architecture. So we have the person here. We have another person here, another person, their name. And this is their accountability in the project. And as you can see, completion of tasks in this one, reoccurring deliverables, we have the A for the accountability, and that's only for one person. That can only ever be for one person. And here they have it again. And the rest, you can go through and see how you could apply that with your own. Now, the other way you can use it is in a project charter. So we have the project charter, we have the person accountable, and then we have the responsibilities here. So the R here, down, and this in this case it's a tick or flick if it's done. We can put it at a really high level in a business, and finance, marketing, you can see who's accountable, human resources, and etc. We can use it at a really high level there. So the troubleshooting, team members are not consulted on the topic, so this process requires training and education and reiteration. Team members forget what RACI means. It's not, you might care about it when you're implementing it, but this is not top of mind for them. Team members get mix up the A and the R. This is really important, and it is tricky at times, so I would suggest going back and looking at those definitions. But the big one to take home there is that the A is in charge of everything. When it all comes in and it's said and done, the A must make sure everything's completed in that project or that business unit. Team members don't want to be told, so it's the sell, not the tell. Don't tell them what to do. Sell them on this, sell them how they get more clarity, sell them how they get more freedom, especially if you're looking at they're going on holidays, or they have a big project coming up that they're really keen to do well on. This can really help clear out any confusion in this topic. So please, that's supposed to be note. Please note this is just a method for assigning accountability and not keeping people accountable. They're two very different things. So this is just for assigning accountability. Keeping people accountable is a whole different kettle of fish. So the key takeaway: this process requires clear communication. It allows people to know exactly what they're required to do in any project or organisation. So This clearly puts the right people in the right seats to do their job, gives them autonomy, agency, and the freedom to do what they're supposed to do. And remember, it's always the sell, not the tell, when you're implementing change management. So thanks. If you've enjoyed this, please hit subscribe, and there'll be more videos coming on how to scale your remote teams, how to build the teams, and how to scale your business rather. Thanks very much.